Cool. Embarrassing if I'd have tripped up on the way up, wouldn't it? Cool. Okay, so those of you that spoke to me more than 30 seconds probably fully aware that I've been a personal trainer for about 10 years. So when I was asked to come up here, just thinking through the templates around health, golden rules of health, I thought if I kind of think about all the things that I've worked with my clients over the years, and kind of the things that stand out as what's helped and things like that. So first things first though, if we get you all on your feet, because it wouldn't be a health and wellbeing talk without doing something. So, cool. So, right, you need probably a bit of space. There's a lot of you in the room, so if you give yourself sort of like an arm's width apart. That's it. Oh, what's this? Looks like I've got a helper. Can you guess who's in the suit? That's the thing. Shall I get them with push-ups? No, it's not Alex.
Too small.
Cool. Okay, so you need a bit of space. You've got some space, so when you're doing your handstands, it'll be fine. That's it. No, I'm joking. So cool. So just to, rather than give you sort of the usual stretches that you all know, I try to give you some different sort of ideas. So first things first, though, if anybody's got any injuries or anything like that, if anybody's wearing quite high heels, you might want to sort of like think whether you can slip those off or just be careful. Okay, so there'll be nothing. Don't worry, not too much. So just sort of there. So for standing, so we're going to try and sort of get to know some of your muscles, get them warmed up as well. So if you put your feet hip width apart, so that one. So your hips aren't that big. So that one, and then you're going to sort of, now imagine you've got some plates under your shoes or anything like that. So, or you're going to sort of try and twist, without moving your feet, try and screw your feet into the floor. So your right foot clockwise, your left foot the other side. So twisting, you've got slippery shoes like I have, it's not working. So hopefully that should feel, you should feel you sort of, can you notice, try it again, you should feel your glutes engaging, your core engaging as well. So that one. And that's that one, and then try and think through your shoulder blades as well, holding that thought, put your shoulder blades back and over, so you're sort of standing straight. That's a nice stacked position, so if you're doing anything at the gym where you're standing, it's a good way to start off. Just hopefully you're still holding those glutes, you keep your side nice and level as well. So from here, because we've worked from the ground up, we're nice and level, we're going to try and do some shoulder exercises now. So just forward and backwards, either way's fine, just roll your shoulders around. They go further back than that, I promise. Just that one. Then that one, and then go the other way. That's it, cool. How's Felix doing? Make sure they're doing it. Yeah. Is Felix a he or she?
She.
Apparently I'm supposed to know. Maybe I should be further away now. So cool, right. So bring it from there. So now we're going to try. So this is sort of think about where your shoulder blades are. Really important about how they stack on your back. So back in the position, screw your feet to the floor, nice and level. Keep your glutes nice and tight. Your glutes are your bum muscles, by the way. So from there, and then bring each shoulder blade. Now we're going to do it separately. So now I want you to feel when the shoulder goes over, how it feels like it goes down the back. It's as though you're putting your shoulder blades sort of towards your back pocket. So one shoulder at a time, forward, back and over. It moves down the back. Should feel looser. Yes, no, maybe. And then the other one, about the other way. It's that sort of distance from there. Keep going. Cool. So that one. Now, this is why you need the space for the arms. Without poking somebody in the eye, put your hands out as far as you can, keeping your feet straight to the floor, nice and level. So that one. And now you're just going to sort of try and push your hands apart as far as you can. You should see what I'm seeing from here, it's great. So it's further apart from there, nice and far apart. Now, just how you can change the dynamics of your body just by thinking about what part of the body you're moving. So feel how your fingertips feel there, but now try moving your elbows apart. And try and think what that does to your shoulder blades and your back. Does it feel a difference? Is it sort of engaging? Does that? So that's now your rhomboids in your back, which I'll talk about in a minute. So that's sort of getting those nice and level. And from here, little arm circles, forward or backwards, doesn't matter, clockwise, just round from there. You're moving through your hands there. Now think about moving your arms through your shoulders. So around the back. So it's that one. So you need to do this every time you get out of the car when you turn up to school. Or while you're doing your track stuff. And then forwards and backwards, and down from there. So it should be nice and loose with the shoulder blades. Keep the feet engaged, nice and solid through the ground. Cool? Okay, put your arms down now. Cool. So good. So you can sit down or stay standing up because, you know, such a good mobile. So golf balls. Felix hasn't got one. Probably might not work. Is she doing well? Is it? Hey. Didn't sound like a he. I recognise that voice. This might not work for Felix, but it worked for the rest of us. None of us are furry, hopefully. Just, you might see, depends what sort of knowledge you've got, sort of exercise and stuff like that. So these are golf balls, obviously, but you can be used as a tool. Self-myofascial release is a phrase, it's sort of like self-massage, and there's a sort of like PT speak for that, so, or self-torture, whichever way you look at it. So now I want you, while I'm talking, to use the golf balls to go on a bit of a voyage of discovery in your body to try and find any tight points. So, yeah, be careful. Don't poke it on any bones or anything like that. And if the person next to you is willing, have a go on their back and stuff like that. So, just in the palm. So, there you go, off you go. You see how much you know each other. So, round on there. So, all those sort of tight points. Forearms and stuff like that. So, anywhere goes, just be careful. And then, good ones around the knees. So you can use, it doesn't have to be the arms, you sit on the floor, put it at your bum, shins, ankles, like that. Around the shins, that sort of stuff. Anybody been a run recently or been to the gym this morning, to get from there. So going up from golf balls, you can move to foam rollers, cricket balls, lacrosse balls and stuff like that. So look into it. So those little points. Right, moving on. So these are Felix's glutes and rhomboids. So that's what we've just been engaging. So the muscles in the back. So probably well known in the fitness industry as the muscles of youth. So if you've got strong glutes, you've got strong hips and mobile hips. If you've got strong rhomboids, you've got nice steady shoulders. So if all you do with any training you do, you focus on those main two areas, you're going to keep yourself upright. If you lose that, obviously, yeah, walking sticks coming your way. So that sort of thing. So we go from there. So that's the picture of those. So, and the golf balls we've done. So cool. With that one. So moving on. So when it comes to obviously New Year, probably lots of focus around through your media feed or whatever around training. So the three things people kind of look for in their training is obviously to look better. So how do I look? How do I feel? And how do I perform? So that's all very well and good, and it's obviously all sort of motivating, but positioning it, and I find this with most of my successful clients, is if you change that around a bit, so if you focus on how you feel and how you perform, focusing on that enough. So how do you feel in the morning when you wake up? So did you have too many glasses of wine? Probably some yeses in the room maybe. How's your diet going, all that sort of thing. How you feel and how you do perform. So that's the big one. So it's like, how do you perform across the day? So at the end of the day, did you show up all day? Have you got lots of energy? Did you perform well as an employee, friend, husband, wife, father, daughter, whatever? So that sort of thing. So focusing on how your body's performing changes the focus a bit. So you move away from always worrying about the wobbly bits and more worrying about kind of how your body's doing it. So if you enough of how your body's moving, that can move on from there to sort of like focus on your training. So cool. So anybody played Jenga before? Cool. So you'll see where I'm going with this. So that represents your body. So how does it stack up, which it says on the front of the box, which I think is quite good. So when you're standing straight, getting yourself nice and level, your centre of gravity, where your head is, the weight is down through your body. So it's all stacked up nicely. So if all those blocks are the bones in your body, between each one of those, there's a little joint. So anybody, how many joints in the human body? No? About 340. So in between every single bone in the body is a nice slidey joint. So if I was focusing on that, so I want my joints to move, but Felix isn't doing much really, is she? You get hot enough. So, in between each of those joints. So the whole point of gender is, as it slots over, and obviously that sort of thing, the centre of gravity has changed. So does that position look anything similar? So if you're thinking about posture, how are you sitting? So that sort of position, look familiar? That sort of stuff. So if I was now then going to come along and push that Jenga tower back, I want all those joints to slide nicely. So that's the important bit about having nice, stern, slidey, supple joints that have a good range of motion. So range of motion is basically, or mobility is the ability for all the joints in your body to move, full range of motion without pain or unhindered. So if I wanted that tower to ping back on its own, I'd have to set up a bunch of elastic bands and pulleys and things like that. So imagine how complex that would be. That's how complex the human body is. That's why it's pretty amazing. So if I push that back and to go from there. Now those elastic bands represent your muscles. So if they're tight or weak, then they're not going to be doing their job to getting you upright. So with the golf ball, what you're looking for now is points where these... So if you imagine there was an elastic band at the front, because the body's adaptive, if you're spending a lot of time in this position, then it's going to take away resource from those muscles at the front. So those muscles at the front are going to get tightened and weakened. So, and the ones at the back are going to get overstretched. They're trying to pull you back in that position. Just the importance, I'll get to strength training in a minute, of getting yourself nice and upright. So those bits you're looking for with the golf balls are those tight muscles. So they're tight and angry because they're overdoing their job that they're supposed to do. They're overworked. So that's kind of where it comes in. So this is the importance of adding in strength training. So you've got nice, stable muscles that pull you back. Okay? So, you got it? Have I lost Felix? No, this is it. So, cool. So, getting into the main sort of point. So the golden rule. So mobility, that's all the joints. How they move and getting those nice and strong. So that's only part of the story. So you've got a niggling point. We've all had it. I mean, 34% of time off work, according to the Health Safety Executive last year, was down to musculoskeletal disorders. That's niggly points and twitchy bits and stuff like that. So if you get those working right, that's half the story. You know, massage, sports massage, heat packs on is only half of the fix. What you want to do is make sure you're mobile. And I've put a video on the Learning Zone, by the way, of all the exercises and warm-ups that I do with my clients. So if you're getting those balanced up, and then you're adding in a bit of strength training on top, you're then active in that. So if those muscles are nice and loose, you're keeping yourself nice and loose. 10 minutes a day, that's all it takes. And then you put on strength training, so putting squats, lunges, deadlifts, in a balanced sort of way, I'm strengthening up all those muscles. So they're going to work against all those muscles that are overworked, keeping you upright. Okay? Cool? Yes, that's it. Good biceps. That's it. And then, so moving on to the other bit. So water. So drink lots of water. Turn it like this. So I hope you all are. 6 to 8 glasses a day, absolutely, really important. You saw how many people don't drink as much compared to slightly other countries in the talks yesterday. So try and drink only water. Alcohol and stuff I'll get onto in a minute. So that's really important. It's frozen. That's it. Cool. Walking. Now, the real benefit you've got in your jobs is the fact that we're on our feet all day. Massive benefit. You're up and about all the time. A general rule, it used to be kind of if every hour try and do a few minutes worth of walking or moving about. Because you're not just standing up and stretching, we're talking about getting moving. So it resets all those muscles and joints that I was talking about a minute ago. Kind of research now suggests it should be every half an hour, it should be 3 minutes of walking, which obviously isn't that sort of feasible if you're spending a lot of time at the desk and driving, but try and build that into your day. I've seen really big results of people just by having a 20-minute walk a night after dinner and stuff like that. Don't underestimate how useful it is. Cool. Sleep. We all know what we're like when we haven't got enough sleep. Look, Felix here. So, really important. Research is up and coming and stuff like that. It's phenomenal the difference it can make if you're not getting your sleep. An hour before midnight is worth 2 afterwards. Absolutely a really good rule of thumb. Make sure you're getting your 7 to 8 hours as best you can. There's some really good stuff around, books out there on how you can increase that. A lot of it's not as difficult as it sounds to sort of get some good ideas around that. Cool. There we go, so I've given away all the rest of it there. Balanced movement. So, exercise is movement, but movement isn't exercise. So don't outsource that time that you're doing your exercise as that only time you're doing the movement. As I said before, for the walking, you're doing that within the day. Movement should be And we're not just talking walking, exercise and things like that. We're talking, crawling, jumping, hanging, that sort of thing. Watch how kids play. They give you a really clue of how they keep themselves nice and mobile. Ever wonder why they've got so much energy? It's because they do a lot more moving than us. We're meant to be moving. And then food. So I think the biggest thing there is sort of try and keep 90% of the time eating the stuff that we're supposed to. Lots of vegetables, good quality meats, getting your macros, carbohydrates, fats, protein. And then with a 10% little, if you can keep that 10% little window for all the other bits and pieces that we know we shouldn't maybe eat as much. And then in there include alcohol as well. So those are the main sort of bits. Alex has recorded it. We're going to stick this on if you wanted to go over this again. And obviously I'm about if you want to talk to me again. So, cool. Thank you very much.